Hello Ruby lovers, welcome back to my channel. Today we have an exciting topic to discuss: the different types of variables in Ruby. Variables are essential for storing data in your programs, and Ruby provides several types to suit different needs. In this video, we'll dive into the first type, local variables, but don't worry, we will touch on the other three types briefly and cover them in more detail in upcoming videos. So let's get started. First up, let's talk about local variables. Local variables are like temporary storage containers used within specific code blocks, methods, or functions. They are quite simple and have a limited scope, which means they are only accessible within the block, method, or class where they are defined. Here is an example. So we have a method. Let me write example method. So this method, we are going to create a local variable. Then puts. So in this method, we created a local variable. As you can see, a local variable is just written without writing any type, unlike JavaScript, unlike C programming language, and some other programming language, so whereby you need to indicate the type of variable you want to create. But for this Ruby, you just need to write the name of the variable, because in Ruby, variables are dynamically typed. So here we created a variable called local var in this method, and we assigned it a value of 42. And in the next line, we print out the local variable. So let us call this method example method. So if I should save, and now let us see what our results will be. Good. As you can see, now we have 42, because this local variable is assigned a value of 42, and here we are printing it out. So we just call the method here. Now what about if we try to call this variable outside of this method? Let's see what is going to happen. Now we have, let me just put it down here. We have local variable, put local variable, and let me save. Let me clear the terminal, then we run the code. Good. Now you see we have an error. We have an error here. So we have undefined local variable method. So why do we have this error? I can see on line 9. So why do we have this error? Because this local variable, it is not defined. It is only defined in the method and cannot be accessed outside of the method. Now that you've got a good grasp of local variables, let's briefly introduce the other three types of variables in Ruby. Next, we have instance variables, which starts with the @ symbol, like @name. Example, we have @name, @age. So this type of variable is called instance variable. So whenever just one of it precedes the name, so it is an instance variable. What does this instance variable do? They store data specific to an instance of a class. Don't worry, we are going to dive deeper into this in a future video. So, but for example, let me show you how it looks. So we have a class of person, and we have a method, a constructor, initialize. In this method, we have an instance variable, and we assign it a value from this, the value coming from this parameter. So this is our instance variable. Following that, there are class variables marked with the @ symbol. These variables are shared among all instances of a class. We'll explore this in detail in an upcoming tutorial. But to show how it looks, let me give you an example. We have a class called animal. So we define a class variable. Then the class variable is also used in the constructor. Don't worry if you don't understand the code yet. So in our next class, or in our future video, I'll be explaining this better. Lastly, there are global variables which have a global scope and can be accessed from anywhere in your Ruby program. But be cautious, it's generally recommended to avoid using them extensively due to potential complications. So how does it look? So it is preceded with the $sign and the name of the global variable. Then you can assign a value to it. So here we are assigning what they call a string to this global variable. So there you have it. We've covered local variables today and given you a sneak peek into the other 3 types of variables: the instance variables, the class variables, and the global variables. In upcoming videos, we'll explore these types in more detail to help you become a Ruby variable expert. Thank you for joining us on AlphaTech channel. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more Ruby tutorials. If you have any questions or topics you would like us to cover, leave them in the comments below. Stay tuned and happy coding.